Starfield's been out for a little more than a few months now, and after logging in just south of 270 hours of playtime and getting several new Game Plus playthroughs under my belt, figured it's time I showcase some of the ship builds that I've had over the course of the last few months. Now, mind you, this is the disclaimer. I've used a console command add item for a ton of credits to facilitate this. Don't at me, this is just how I roll. Now, we're going to start with a Class A build, then I'll do a Class B, then eventually some Class C builds that I've had. Starting with Karn's Sparrow. Now, you're probably wondering how I got the name Karn Sparrow. Well, I used to play Magic the Gathering a lot, and this was one of the cards that was a must-have in my deck. Nice, huh? And just like its namesake, it's a Class A ship, minimal weapon systems, but a powerful grav drive for jumps in between the systems, locally anyway. Since it is a Class A ship, traveling around, we're not looking to do any long-haul traveling. Now, there's the exterior. And there's the top side of it. Now, these ships are, despite it being, A class, B class, C class, they are gigantic in comparison. And we're just making our way to the back side of the ship. There's the grav drive and reactor and the fuel tanks. Now, just to note, let's rewind this a little bit. These fuel tanks are a must if you're doing either short haul, medium haul, or long haul traveling throughout the settled systems or beyond. They have a 550 ton capacity, which most tanks, you're looking at, 400, 500. There are some that are like 70. These tanks, at least 2 of these, and you're good to go. So just taking a look at the engines, looking forward. Now most of these builds I've done when it's nighttime on Jemison. Just so you get an idea of what it would look like as you're traveling out in space or you're trying to get like decent photos. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Landing gear, the 2 engines. Along the underside. And looking into the bay. Now, from photo mode. And this is where I realized, oh yeah, that's like the limit from going behind. Also to note, I'm really not that big on ship combat. Instead, I outfitted with auto turrets. And here's the interior of the ship. And this is the engineering bay. And this is the only hab I have here because I wanted to keep things lightweight, minimalist. And I think possibly for another build, I was thinking maybe I was thinking get an empty bay and just decorate it to my liking. But I'm not that good at decorating ships, so. There's the docking access, the companionway leading to the bridge. And there she is. Now, let's take this bad boy for a spin, shall we? As you can see, I've got the audio muted. It gets loud. Trust me, it gets loud. Here we are in space, in orbit around Jemison. So let's take it around where the planet doesn't have too much of a background. Being a Class A ship, you can really push it. So 719 tops out at 179. And let's kill the engines and let's take a look how the light reflects off of the hull. That's the underside, that's the dock, that's the bay. So very minimalist, not a whole lot to it, but we'll travel, so it works. Let's take a look at the interior. Then back out in space, and one last look at her. There she is. Karn Sparrow. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to go over a B-class setup. That's all there is to it. See you in the next one.